Okay, and now in today's class we are going to see how this elementary search help we can integrate with the data dictionary. Okay, so let's go to the system and we will see how this elementary search help we can integrate with a table. Okay, so already we have created some table over there. Let's go to this table, and this is table which currently we are having, right? This is the table. Okay, so the table is this one, and here if you see, already we are having one search help which is coming from the check table, because sorry, from the value table, because for this particular table we are having defined over here the data element, right? Because here there is no check table, you can see there is no check table, so the data is coming from the data element at domain label, right? From the value table, right? From the value table data is coming directly from here. But now what I want that this data should come from my search help. Okay, means here currently the student ID is coming from the value table. So here let me integrate this student F name, or for example, suppose if we are going to integrate this student ID with the search help, then priority will be taken by the search help. Okay, priority will be taken by the search help. So though even I'm going to integrate here the search help, you will be able to see the same data, because the table in the search help, I have considered this one as a source data, right? As a source data. So content from this table only will be shown, whatever the ID is there, 1 2 3 4 6 7. So from here, whatever it will be there, it will be shown. So how to assign this, how to assign the search help for this particular field, right? In this transparent table, how to assign the search help for this particular field, this we will see. Okay, so going to change mode, and first we will note down the name of the search help which we have created over here, search help and ZMB28 elementary search help. This search help yesterday we have created, and we will see how we can integrate. Just I have copied from here and click on this student ID field over here, select this one and click on this search help button you are having over here. Very easy. Click on the search help, give the search help name. Okay, press enter. After this, what it is telling, that unable to assign search field. Why? Let us see what is the problem. Okay, no problem, just it's giving some pop-up which is meaningless at this point of time. After all, we are getting this search help name over here, and automatically it is proposing, right, the first name and last name. The reason behind why it was telling that, unable to assign the search help, because I have selected the student ID, and in my search help there is no student ID, only the student first name and the student last name is there. So I can use that particular search help for this first name and last name. Okay, so come over here, go to data dictionary search help so that I can show you. You can see a student first name and last name, it is there. That's why it was telling that one. Okay, now select this one and click on this search help and give that search help name. This time it will not give that information. So at that point of time, information was correct. Now here what it is telling, the parameter assignment is not unique, check proposal, because the two field is there, right? A student first name and last name. I have selected the first one, so it is telling it is not unique, right? Because the two name is there, so we have to check the proposal, and from there we'll have to select over here. So here you can see the proposal. I'm just going to give here the student first name, right? The student first name should be assigned to this parameter, and a student last name should assign to this parameter, right? So this is the search help parameter. Here you can see this is the search help parameter, and this is the search help again parameter. So this search help parameter will be assigned to this field name of this particular table. Okay. Similarly, the last name should be assigned to this field name of this particular table, right? So this table is nothing but this table. Automatically, system is proposing this one. Okay. Click on this copy button, and that's it. Just save it and check the syntax. Okay. Some enhancement category for all this warning is coming, you can just ignore it, there is no problem. Activate this one and activate now. Again the warning is coming, so let me do one thing, because every time this warning is coming, so let us assign some enhancement category so that we will not get that warning every time. Okay, so maybe I'm just going to select the anyone, you can any out of four, the first four you can select anything that will that warning at least will not come, but that should be selected based upon our requirement, like how you are going to enhance. Okay, activate this one. So now it got activated. Okay, and now if you click on this content button, okay, so earlier this student if name, here the search help option was not coming, but now if you put the cursor over here, see the search help option is coming, right? If you put the cursor over here for the last name, still because the last name, still the search help has not been assigned, that's why it is not coming. So what you can do, again in the same way, put the cursor on the last name, click on the search help and give the name of the search help over here, press enter. Okay, click on this OK button, and you can see for the last name, actually what you will have to do, that here you will have to come, just copy and paste because it is not coming properly. So I'm just copying and pasting over here, student last name, right? I'm assigning to here in the student last name. That's it. Click on this copy button and save it, check it and activate it. So this time you can see that warning and all is not coming, but some another warning is coming. Let me see what is this warning over here. The view ignores client dependency of the base tables, all fields are evaluated. That's fine, no issue. We can go back and it is activated. Click on this OK button, and now if you put the cursor over here, here also you can see the search help option is coming, right? So what you can do here, press F4, and if you see here that the name, all the name is coming from this table, from the base table of the search help. In selection method we have given one table name, right? If you remember, I have given the table name in the selection method, right? So this is the table name of the selection method. So from here data is coming over there, right? In this table, from this table. So I'm going to select some for Rahul Sen, and you can see the Rahul and Sen both is coming over here, right? Rahul and Sen, because both the parameter getting populated, right? Now suppose if you want to select from here something else, maybe Ram Kumar or whatever. Okay, so Ram automatically is coming because the reason behind Ram I have given as the first name for that search help, that's why it is coming, right? Default value. If you remove that one and press enter, all the value will come. George 1, if I'm going to select, you can see for the last name Bush 1 is coming. Why? The reason behind last name is this one, Bush 1. Okay, so whatever you will select the value, that will come. Okay, fine. So hope you understood how to assign the elementary search help to any table. Okay, now if you have any query, you can ask me. Okay, or I will go to the collective search help, how to create a collective search help. Okay, so to create a collective search help, at least we require two elementary search help. Okay, so I'm going to create another search help. So ESH I have already created, so maybe ESH2 I'm going to create. Click on this create button, and elementary search help, one more elementary search help I'm going to create, and here elementary search help 2. And maybe this time for the mobile number, if you want, you can select, right? So we are having two table SC11. If you go, one table is this one, ZMB28 student, right? And ZMB28 ST underscore mobile. If you come inside this table, input help check, here you are having one check table for this student ID, right? So automatically for a student ID search help will be there. It will come from this check table. If you want to give another search help, you can assign, that is possible, and the new search help will be taken priority over this check table. Okay, now suppose if you want to populate, like if you want to give this mobile number, I want to give the search help for the mobile number. So you can go to this mobile number. Currently it is not coming, but I can prepare one search help and I can populate this mobile number, right? So copy this one, the table name. Okay, so from this table only I will select the data, right, as a search help. Control V, and here I will take only the mobile number, that's it. I will not take anything else. Click on this OK button. Import export one just to give, and here the default value is not required. Just save it. Okay, local object, and just check the syntax and then activate it. That's it. Your second search help is also now ready. Now copy this elementary search help, or if you want to test, you can just simply test it over here. Press F4, and you can see the mobile number is coming, whatever their data is in that particular table. From that particular table, this data is coming. So table is this one only, nothing but this table. From here only your data is coming, right? Press F8, and you can see this is the mobile number, right? Just go back to the search help, and now what I will do, I will go to this table. Okay, this mobile table. I will go into change mode. So I'm considering the same table as a source table to populate the data. Okay, and for that particular field itself, I'm just going to apply the search help over there. So for this mobile number, click on this search help, give that search help name over here, click on this OK button, and click on this OK button, because only one field is there in the search help, so you don't have to bother much. Everything will be taken care by the system. And click on this activate button. Got activated. I don't want to see the warning, that's fine. Click on this content button, and here for the mobile number, you can see that this value is coming as a search help, right? Earlier it was not coming anything. Similarly, you can create your own search help. Okay, now two search help I have created already. If you want to create the collective search help, that also you can create. So click on this search help, and CSH, C stands for collective. This is just my naming convention. Okay, so ZMB28 underscore CSH collective search help demo I'm just going to create. So click on this create button and select the second one. Click on this OK, and the short description here you can give the collective search help based on the elementary search help 2, and simply we are having 2 without 2 also, first elementary search help. So using both this elementary search help, I'm going to create the okay, so I'm going to create what I'm going to create the collective search help using this elementary search help. So the parameter you can pass over here, like what parameter you want to keep for the collective search help, maybe you can give over here. So you should be knowing already the requirement for which purpose you are going to create this collective search help. Okay, so maybe your requirement might be that for this student ID, like, or yeah, maybe for this student ID, like here you can see only 1 2 3 4 is coming, but your requirement something is like that. Based upon the first name and last name, you want to identify this student ID, right? Based upon the first name and last name, you want to identify this student ID. Okay, so do one thing. Let's go to the main table which we have created, and there maybe I can show you. Go to this database table, click on this display button, go to the content, and here what is my requirement? Here you can see that here you are having the singly means only one option you are having. Either you have to choose from here, right? But suppose you only know the first name, or maybe you might be knowing the last name, okay, and based upon that you want to, you know, opt this student ID. So you would like to have different tab over here based upon the name, first name and last name. Similarly, in the Mara table you have seen, right? In the Mara table I have shown you some last classes that if you are having the Mara table and if you have to source the material over there, right? So what you can do for searching the material, it will give you the different option, right? Press F4. You can see the material number by material description, material by old number. So different option it's giving you, right? So similarly, myself also willing to get this student ID based upon the first name and last name. So how to do this? Okay, let's go here in the collective search help which we are creating. Where is that actually? Yeah, this is okay. So here what I will do that, you know, the student ID will take as a parameter because I want to get populate this student ID, right? So copy this one over here and paste it over here. You can change this name, there is no problem. If you want, you can put like a student ID, something like that. Okay, but the data element you have to keep the same data element as it is over here. Okay, as it is over here. So paste the same data element over here. Data element must be same. Okay, now this import parameter and export parameter, just select it. First name and last name also based upon the first name also I want to, you know, do that one. So all the required parameter I will put it over here just for my convenient. Okay, because I want to get this student ID based upon this first name and last name, right? So this first name I'm just going to select over here, and then the last name I'm going to select over here. So this is one, you know, this is based upon the student, based upon the first name and last name, I'm going to get this student ID. Okay, or maybe what I can show you, one way I will show you based upon the first name I would like to get this student ID, and based upon the last name I would like to get this student ID, right? So you would require to create two elementary search help, right? Where this based upon the first name, you where the student ID and first name combination should be there, and where the student ID and last name combination should be there. Okay, so the search help which we have created currently, right, we will go to that particular search help and we will do our modification as per our requirement. Okay, so let's go to that search help. Okay, I will go to that search help. Maybe I will directly come over here, SC11, and the elementary search help we have created this, right? I will go into change mode over here, and the mobile number, this is for mobile number, right? So let me do one thing. I will create another elementary search help for first name. Okay, or based upon first name. or maybe I will simply write FN, okay, or first name. Based upon the first name, I want to get the, student ID. So click on this create button, elementary search help. So two elementary search help I will create over here. Elementary search help for a student ID based on, first name, right? And here the selection method, you can choose this student only, right? And you can come over here F4 and you can select the student ID first, and the second you can select the first name, right? So like the first name and the student ID, one I have selected. Select all this parameter 1, 2, right? 1, 2, and default value and all is not required. If you want, you can give maybe 2 or whatever you want, or here you can give something like Ram. If you want default value, you can just save it, okay, local object, and activate it. Okay, so one search help, I have created over here. Some error is coming, right? It is telling the first name was not activated, parameter define a default value for the parameter does not exist. Okay, click on this OK button. What it is telling, this default value does not exist this two. So maybe that is the character value. So I'll have to put into the single quote. Just save it. Now check the syntax. It is fine, and just activate now. Okay, this time there is no error and it got activated. So this elementary search help I have created this time, Control V, and another search help I would like to create based upon the last name, right? So click on this create button and elementary search help, that's fine. And elementary search help based on last name. The selection method, this one, and again you can come over here and now you can select the student ID, and again you can select the last name over here. That's it. And come 1, 2, 1, 2, that's it. And the default value here also, if you want, you can give, or just leave it. It is not mandatory. Local object, check the syntax, activate it, and it got activated. So this is the last name. This is another, you have the search help, right? Now we'll go to the collective search help. Let me close this. Okay, I will close this session. Just closed. So if you press ESC button, okay, of your keyboard, then automatically the session will be closed. Okay, so by that also, by pressing that also, you can, close that. You can close the session. Fine. So just I'm going to from here also we can close. Now what I'm trying to do, table Mara, that's fine. Let's go once again to the, I will close from here. So I think by pressing the ESC button, you will go back. It is not closing the session. You can check once. Okay. So go to /n AC11 over here. And now by here, just I'm creating that collective search help, right? CSH demo. I will go into change mode already. Okay. I think I forgot to save that one. So with this name, collective search help was not created. Click on this create button, select this collective search help, and here the demo for collective search help, right? Collective search help based on first name and last name for a student ID, right? So now I'm not able to write the description. So maybe here itself I can write a student ID based on get a student ID based on first name and last name. Okay, so now here, the student ID I will take, a student first name I will take, and a student last name I will take. That's it. And here the search help parameter, the search help which I have created, This elementary search help, under this included search help, you can put it over here. Here you can put elementary search help and some collective search help also. If you want, you can use that collective search help as well over here. Press enter, select this time this one, okay. Select this search help and click on this assignment button, okay. Select this search help and click on this assignment button. Once you click, you can see here search help has an undefined parameter assignment. Do you want the system to propose a parameter assignment? Yes, that's fine. But one thing what I have done wrong till now, click on this cancel. You can come over here. I have not given any data element. This is very important. You must have to give the data element. Okay. So I forgot to give the data element. So what I will do, I will open a new session and I will go to SE11. Okay. And here I will go and I will give that one. So for the student ID, this is the data element. So come over here and give this data element. For the first name, this is the data element I have used. The same data element you will have to use, okay, in order to make it compatible. Otherwise, it will give you the error or it will create some problem. So just save it and now save in a local object and included search help. Click on this, select this first search help, click on this assignment button, and here this time it is not giving any pop-up or something like that. So here now you can see this collective search help parameter, the parameter I have defined over here. Here in definition I have defined 3 parameters: student ID, first name and last name. That parameter, it is coming under this collective search help parameter. Okay, you can see over here, right? And here the reference parameter, what the system is telling, what value you want to put into this student ID. So what I want, from this elementary search help, first elementary search help, I want to get the value over here in this student ID. So if you press over here F4, you will get the 2 option, right? Because the elementary search help first name is having a student ID and a student ID first name. So I'm going to select this first one, right? So student ID will assign to this student ID, and now press F4 this one, and the student first name will assign to this. That's it. For this you don't have to do anything at this point of time. Okay, you don't have to do anything. So any question if you have, you can go ahead, or you can mute from your side, right? SS is having I'm just going to, you have any question? Hello?
No, sir.
No. Okay, yeah. Can you mute yourself, Srikant, because some
Okay,
background noise is coming? Yeah. Fine. So click on this copy button and now click on the save button. Check the syntax now, and you can see here so many warning is coming, but we don't have to bother at this point of all this warning. You can see the search help parameter student ID has no function, student first name has no function, last name has no function, search help, nothing to worry, just leave it at this point of time. We can ignore that one. Okay, and we are done for this particular first name. Come over here, and click on this assignment once again, and from here you can select the student ID, and first name you can ignore at this point of time, and you can go to the last name and you can select this last name. So what I did, last name I have mapped with this last name of the reference parameter, that means the elementary search help parameter, and elementary search help parameter student ID I am passing to the collective search help parameter student ID. Okay, that's it. Click on this copy button, and this time you check the syntax. So you can see that this time a warning little got decreased. Okay, so whatever the warning here is there, everything is having their own significance, but it is not mandatory to resolve all this warning. It is just for information purpose. Okay, you can go and click on this button and you can see what is the meaning of all this warning. At this point of time, I'm not going to do anything over here. Go to this definition, and once you select all these things, you will see that most of the warning will be disappeared. Click on this check button and you can see no inconsistencies found. There is no warning now because we have not selected that import and export. That's why that warning was coming, right? So though if you have not selected this also, you could have activated, it would not stop you to, but there was some there was no meaning of, if without importing and exporting, there was no meaning of the search help, at least in terms of table, right? So now what I will do, I will copy this one, okay, because I have to assign to the now the database table which we have prepared, we have created over here. Click on this change button, okay, and for this student ID I'm going to assign that search help in a two different way, okay. Click on the search help. At first point of time I will show you, you can see like this you are getting. So from where you are getting? From the check table you are getting. Currently you are getting from the check table. Once you assign the search help, the value start getting from the search help, right? Click on this OK button. Assignment is not check proposal. That's fine. I will check the proposal. And here you can see the student ID ZMB28 student ID. But before that, maybe I will come once again to the search help, and here itself you can run and test. If you want to run and test over here while creating the search help itself, you can do here as the same in primary search help, okay. And anywhere you can click on this F4 and you can see the two tab is coming: elementary search help for a student ID based upon the first name, and the second elementary search help based upon the last name. Two tab is coming over here, right? So similarly you can get the multiple tab also. So based upon the first name, it's coming over here, right? So if you want to search some first name, suppose if you know that you want to search some student with the name Ram, give the Ram over here and click on this OK button. You can see the Ram came over here, and click on this OK, and you can see that the student ID automatically got populated over here, right? Student ID automatically got populated over here. So you are able to, right, find it out. But the thing is, like, if someone, maybe some of you might be asking, I want to get only the student ID, not this first name, okay, here to get populate. So how to control this one? Can any one of you tell me? I want to get only these three over here, not this Ram over here, right? Not this Ram over here. So how can you control? Any one of you can give me some input over here, how to control?
So we can give the here we can disable that particular is
Import or export, right?
yeah.
Good. Yeah, we can disable the export. This is student first name you can disable, and student last name export you can disable, right? So like for the second parameter, right? So for second parameter also you can disable, so that you will not get the last name also and the first name also. You will get only the ID. So very good. Click on this OK, and come over here, press F4 and just select the 4 this time, and you can see only the 4 is coming, right? So this is how you can do if you want to do. Okay, good. Thank you, others. And now what we can do, that we can go over here, and in the table level I'm going to assign this search help. Okay, on the table level I'm going to assign the search help. So the this is our search help parameter, collective search help parameter: student ID, student first name, student last name, right? So you can see everything is coming properly, so nothing to do over here. Click on this copy button, that's it. Just save it, and you have assigned your search help successfully without any problem. Okay, just activate it. Warning, some warning is there, we can ignore, and click on this contained button. And now if you press this F4 over here, you can see that how beautifully these two search help parameters coming. Now the student ID you can search with the help of so you can say the priority has been taken by the search help. Now check table is now no more in existence, right? Because I have assigned the search help on this student ID. Okay, one point. The second point is that you can click on this little a small triangle and it will come this like this screen. And if you want to search the name Rahul over here, click on this OK button and you will get the 4 student ID over here, right? Similarly, by the last name also, if you want to search someone, if you know that you remember some person was ending with the name Kumar, okay, so just you can give the Kumar over here and click on this OK button. All the Kumar matching with will come over here and you can select. Okay, here only one Kumar, so it is coming only one Kumar. If it is multiple, it will come multiple. Okay, and from that you can filter it out. So that's the beauty of, that's the use of search help. Very powerful. This search help concept is activate this one, but in interview they will not go very inside. They will ask you how many type of search help, and maybe they will also ask how you can assign the search help. However, it all depends on the interviewer. Whatever they will ask, now you are in the situation to give the answer. But mostly I have seen they don't go this much inside in the search help. They will ask you how many type of search help. You will have to tell two types of search help: elementary and collective search help. They may be asking that how you can assign the search help. Then you have to tell you can assign the search help in two ways. One way I have shown you. Another way, what you can do, that at data element level you can also assign the search help. Okay, that is the another way. So how you can do, you can double click on this data element and you can go to this further characteristic, and here under the search help section you can give the name of the search help over here. Okay, you can give the name of the search help over here. So maybe I have created this collective search help, and the parameter for a student ID, what you can give over here, this parameter, you will have to select the student ID itself, of course, right? Because this is a student ID and you can save, so you can save it. But what will be the effect you are going to put on the data element label, right? Suppose if you are having a search help assigned at the data element level and one search help assigned at the field level, which will take preference? Okay, which will take preference? Can you guess, any one of you, can you guess which one will take the preference? Either the data element level search help will take the preference or the field level search help will take the preference. Okay,
Data element level, I think.
no, not the data element level. The field level search help will take preference. The reason behind, this is more specific to table, right? This is more specific to table. Means at the table level you are giving the search help assignment. That's why it will take from the, you can do this experiment yourself. Okay, you can do this experiment. I have checked it, I have checked it many times and it works in that way. Okay, at here whatever the search help you have, in this case you will not able to identify the difference because the search help I have assigned over here the same. Or maybe I will tell you, just a second. Here I will remove the search help from here. Just remove, delete, click on this delete button. Okay, now the search help is there on the data element level only, right? I have not here put any search help. Now also the search help will be appeared from where? It will be taken from the data element level, right? Just come over here and activate here. Some warning is there, no problem. So there is no search help. Just let me make sure there is no search help. You can see it is not showing. Click on this content button. Again, this time click on this F4 and you can see even the data element is not taking into effect. Why? Maybe I think I have not activated. Let me check once again. It is in inactive state. So click on this activate button. Okay, it got activated now. And now just go back and check. Okay, press F4, and this time you can see this is taking from the data element level. But suppose if at both places there, suppose uh, suppose you have created some search help, maybe I can tell you at this point of time, because I have created one elementary search help as well, right? So I'm going to assign this elementary search help over here at the data element level. Okay, or collective search help already I have applied, so maybe I will go over here, just go back, and here I will apply the elementary search help, so you can you can check the differences. Okay, click on this OK button, and a student ID is a student ID, first name, that's fine, nice. Click on this copy button, just save it and activate it. Okay, so here you can see that at this particular point I have given the elementary search help. Okay, I have given the elementary search help, but at the data element level I have used the collective search help. So now can you tell me which one will take the priority? Which one will take the priority? Here we are having the elementary search help. So as I have told you, this should take the priority. Let us check. Let us verify our thought. Let's verify our understanding whether it is correct or not. And here you can see, right? The elementary search help is coming into the picture, right? It is not taking from the data element level, because at the data element level we are having what? We are having the collective search help, right? So this is how you can verify. You can also do a lot of experiment. Okay, there are many things to learn in data dictionary. There are a lot of things is there in the data dictionary to learn, but these are the important things which I'm just like very frequently you can use this one. Okay, fine. So this you understood. Now let's go ahead. If you have any doubt, you can go ahead and you can ask me. Okay, check table, search help. So maybe here, if you have the search help at data element level, right? So if you are having search help at data element level, and maybe I will put one diagram over here. Just a second. And what I will do, that I will create two small search help. Suppose search help sh search help at data element level. Search help at data element level, and here the search help at field level. Search help at field level. Okay, so the search help at field level will take the priority. So you can see that I have written like this. Fine. Now one thing also you should understand, if we're going to put the if we're going to put the search help at data element level, so wherever this data element you will use in whatever table, everywhere this search help will be working, everywhere. Okay, wherever this search help you will be using in whatever table, in all those table it is going to work, because data element you can use in multiple table, right? Data element you can use in the multiple table. Domain you can use in, right? One domain can be used in multiple data element, and one data element can be used in multiple table. Very simple, right? Here you can multiple table, you can use this data element, the same data element. Okay, fine, good. So now what I will do, that I will tell you the concept of locking mechanism, one of the very important concept, the locking mechanism. Okay, I will delete this and I will write over here the locking concept at in data dictionary. Okay. So the locking concept, if you talk about, there are four types of lock. There are mainly four types of lock in the data dictionary. Okay. But first we will understand why this locking is required. Okay. Why this locking is required. So I will give you a simple example. Suppose, you are having this table. You are having this table JDMB 28 student. Go to this display button, click on this content. Okay. And press on this F8 button. And you can see we are having this data. Suppose others is trying to modify this entry, Monica Sharma. Suppose she wants to modify this entry, Monica Sharma to Monica, or Latika Sharma. He wants to make it this Monica, he wants to make Latika. But at the same time, suppose Shrikant is willing to modify the same entry, the same entry, maybe uh, some so Lata Sharma, something like that. So others is trying to make it Latika, and Shrikant is trying to make it Lata, at the same time, and suppose if both is able to do the modification. So suppose others has done the modification Latika Sharma, and Shrikant is also able to do at the same time modification, and put here the Lata Sharma and click on the save button. So what others thought that he has saved Latika in the data table, and what Shrikant thought that he has saved Lata at place of Monica, right? So here the inconsistency will happen. What inconsistency? Because either of one entry will get saved at one time. So either one of them will get false, right? And this is how the inconsistency will take place. And suppose Shrikant is going to do some program, or suppose his management has asked that have you modified the entry as a Lata Sharma? Suppose Shrikant is telling, yes, I have modified. But if his management is going and checking, then he will be able to find it is Latika, because at last the entry was saved by the others as a Latika. So the last entry will be over there. So why this problem has occurred? Because at the same time, both people were able to save the entry, right? So that's why, so to not get the inconsistency in the table, we have a locking mechanism. What will happen as soon as others will try to change this particular entry, the system will apply a lock over here on this particular entry, or maybe on this particular table itself, full table. Okay, so that the other person will not be able to change the entry or the particular table at the same point of time together, just to avoid the inconsistency and to maintain the consistency. All right. So one of the very important property of the database table, right? The ACID property, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. So consistency property, to achieve the consistency property, we are supposed to use the locking mechanism. So at SC11 level, we are having four types of, mainly there are many though, but mainly we are going to discuss the four types which are going to be used very frequently. Okay, so lock, four types of lock we are having. One is called the read lock, another is called the write lock. Here you can write a write lock, and then another is called the shared lock. Sorry, not the shared, actually exclusive and cumulative. Exclusive and cumulative lock. Okay, cumulative. Click on this OK button, and here at the fourth place there is one more log that is called optimistic log. Out of these four, this three is very popular, okay, but sometimes people also, or maybe most of the time, this optimistic log will be used by SAP itself. If you want, you also can use. I will let you know how you can use this log over here. Okay, so these are the four logs. These are the four logs you are having, and let us see what are these log. We will try to define this log. Okay, this read log is also known as the shared log. Okay, this read log is also known as the shared log. This write log is also known as exclusive log. Okay, or simply exclusive and cumulative. These are the different name. Okay, also it is known. If you tell simply the exclusive log, if you simply tell the exclusive log, okay, then the meaning of this is exclusive and cumulative. Okay, exclusive log and the write log, all these things is same, so you can put or in between. Okay, so here also maybe I can highlight this one, or let it be like that only. Exclusive and cumulative log, this is fine, and optimistic. Okay, now let's define it. Okay. So what is the meaning of read log or shared log? That means this at the same time, two or more than 2%, two or more than 2% can read the table data, right? So here more than 2 or 2% or 2 program also you can see, right? Suppose program can also be have like a person, right? Program can also try to modify a table. Suppose in a program, if you have written some OpenSQL, right, some modify statement or some delete statement or whatever, that can also try to do the same thing, right? So person or program you can write. So the person or program can read the table data. But you might be thinking, why for reading the data we have to apply the log, right? Because at the same time the 2% can read the data, then what's the meaning of log if the 2% can read the data? The meaning is that, if you are there in the read log, if someone is trying to change the data, he will not be able to do the change. That's the magic of this read log. If someone else is trying to change the data, then he will not be able to change because someone is reading the data, right? Because someone has already put the read log. Why put the read log? The reason behind, why this is also a kind of inconsistency. Suppose if I'm reading some table and if I found that the record is over there, like suppose the suppose here, like some name of the student is, for example, maybe Ram is there, and my manager is asking what is the student ID name at the third position. I'm reading this data, just I'm trying to read, okay? But meanwhile, at the same time, if someone is going to change this one while reading itself, this data, if someone is going and changing over there, and suppose if this data is very, very critical, right? if it is very critical, while I'm reading, no one should be able to change this data. Okay, and my manager since asked what is the student id 3, and I have told him ram, and if someone is changed at that point of time itself, suppose this ram becomes sita, you know, then if my manager will come and check, it will be a sita at that point of time, he will tell, you know, he will scold me, he will tell what you are doing, you know, it is sita, but I know it was a ram, but someone has changed, right? So this is a inconsistency. So while reading the data, if it is required, you can put the read log over there. So just it is a huge case, I'm trying to explain it, you know. So if you are there in the read log, if you have applied the read log, okay, no other person would be able to change the data over there. Okay, write log. What is the meaning of write log? Write log is nothing but the meaning of write means change. If you're going to write something, that means you are going to change something. Okay, if you are going to write something, that means you are going to change something. So write log means also, that means that's the meaning of if one person is you know, trying to change the data in a table or record in a table. Okay, data or record, maybe you can write the record over here, record in a table, then another person won't be able to change the data or record in the table, record in the table. That's the meaning of, you know, that's the meaning of what? That is the meaning of write log. But here one more term is there, the exclusive log. What is the meaning of exclusive? Exclusive means it is not shared. Exclusive means it is not shared. Means one of the two person can change the data at one time. That's why the name exclusive is there. But here one also term is here exclusive and cumulative. What is the meaning of cumulative? The meaning of cumulative is over here, you know, in the same program, in the same program by the same user. Okay, by the same user and same program, you can apply the log multiple times. But remember, it should be the same program. That's why it is called cumulative. It will keep on cumulative, right? It will keep on cumulative. But by the same program, in the same session also, let me write over here, by the same user and same program within the same session. So you might not be able to understand what this terminology, like what is the same session and all. So it's a simple, actually. This is the single session. This is the single session I have opened. Okay, this is another single session I have opened. So similarly, if I'm going to run a program over here, AC38, maybe I can take some program. Okay, this is a program. So if I'm going to run this program, and if you want to put a lock on some particular record, you know, in the same program, in the same session, you can put the lock multiple times. That is possible. Okay, I will give you an example, and with the help of that, I will try to explain in the coming classes, like means tomorrow classes in more detail. Okay, let's first complete the definition so that you will be having some idea over here. Okay, and exclusive and cumulative. What is the meaning of exclusive and cumulative? So it is the same as the write log, but you know, exclusive but not cumulative. It's my mistake, my bad. Okay, exclusive but not cumulative. This one is exclusive and cumulative. Okay, This is exclusive but not complete. If we're going to use this lock, you know, even the same session, it is the same. It is the same as this, the first one, right lock. So here you can write, it is the same as right lock, but the difference is, what? But here you can write like, you know, but here even in same session, we will not be able to put the lock multiple times. Okay, in the same session, like, you know, but here even in the same session, in the same program, in the same session and in the same program, and in the same program by the same user, right? By the same user, okay, it will not be able to put the lock multiple times, right? Here you can see that here by the same user and same program within the same session, you can apply the lock multiple times, right? So maybe I can reframe this sentence a little in a more better way, that by the same user and same program within the same session, lock can be applied multiple times. Lock can be applied multiple times. Okay, here lock cannot be applied multiple times. So that's the main difference. Okay, now let's come to this part, optimistic part, the optimistic lock. What is this optimistic lock? Okay, so now why this optimistic lock? The reason behind this optimistic lock means, you know, here you can see in this right lock, in this cumulative lock and all these things, what is happened, that the two person will not be able to go into the change mode at a same time, right? Because he will not be able to do the changes. For example, suppose this is a program, right? So, you know, for this program also the same logic applies. Suppose if I'm changing this program, right, and you people, any one of you also is trying to change the same program, right, it will not allow you to change. It will tell already someone is changing this program, because at the same time two persons should not be also able to change the program. It will lead to the inconsistency, right? So here also the lock will be applied. And what you will do, if you go to again AC38 in another session, you know, and if I try to again open into the change mode, it will tell me here the user AC13 is currently editing this one, so you cannot open into the change mode. It will every time tell the same things. Why? Because already I have opened here in the change mode. You can see already I have opened over here change mode. That's why, you know, every time it is telling me that no, you cannot change over here, because already in the different session I have opened that one. So hope it's clear for every one of you. Now what I'm trying to tell over here, that, you know, suppose you came into change mode over here, but it is not necessary that you will go and change, right? You have come over here in the change mode, but it is not necessary that you will every time do the changes and save something. There is a, you know, prediction, there is a possibility that you will change, but it is not sure that if you have come into this change mode, every time you are going to do the changes, right? So here, you know, here if I'm going into, let me close another session so we will not have any confusion. Okay. Once again, this one, yeah, only one session is there. I'm trying to close the log on over here. Some warning is there. Okay. Okay, fine. It actually closed everything. No worries. I have again to log in. I thought, okay, I will again quickly log in. Okay, go to SC38. Okay, I will open this program into change mode, right? And again, what I will do, I will create, I will open another session. So every time when I'm opening the another session, you can see /o I'm using. Okay, for another session, you can use the /o. Okay, or directly you can click over here, it will open a new session here at this particular button, and then you can come to SE38. You can give the SE38, you can, so this is also one way, but because I'm using that shortcut, so directly I go and write over here /o and SE38. Okay, come over here, try to go into change mode. It is not allowing. Why? The reason behind here, the exclusive lock has been set. When I am coming here into the change mode, the here exclusive lock has been set. How to check what kind of lock has been set over here? So you can go to SM12 transaction. Which transaction? SM12 transaction /o to open a new session, and SM12 is the is to open that particular T code related stuff. Here you can click on this list and you will see that here the lock mode is X. X means exclusive lock. Let me write the lock mode. Read lock or shared lock means S. When read lock and shared lock is there, then the lock mode will be set as S. Here we will be having E. Okay, and this is known as X. This is known as the X, and this is known as O. Okay, O, optimistic lock. Come over here and you can see over here X. What is the meaning of X? X is nothing but exclusive but not cumulative lock. That lock has been saved, set on this my particular program, Jade Fajal Demo 08. This is the program which I have opened into the change mode, and as soon as I opened into the change mode, that lock got set. If you click on this display button, so I came back into the display mode from the change mode. So lock would have been removed by this time. You can click on this refresh button and you can see that there is no lock at this point of time. Again, come to here and click on this change button. Okay, it has come into the change mode. The lock has been applied right now. Click on this refresh and you can see the lock has been applied as an X. Since the X mode is there, the another person cannot be allowed to do so. Okay, another person like in another session will not be able to put the go into the change mode. But here, if you would have put the optimistic lock, what could have been that the two person or two user can change the program at the same time, not really. That means two person can go into the change mode. You will be allowed to go into the change mode, but you will not be able to change, because what was our requirement? Every time if we are going into the change mode, it is not necessary that you are going to change, right? It is not necessary. So but suppose like at later point of time you decided that you have to change. So suppose others has also the characteristic of optimistic lock is that two-person can go into the change mode. Like others can also go into the change mode, and the Srikanth can also, like here, if he will click on this change mode, he will be also able to go into the change mode. But as soon as suppose others is going to do some changes and click on the save button on this particular report, this O will be this here. Initially it will be O, optimistic lock. That's why you will be both will be able to go into the change mode. As soon as others is going to do some changes and save over there, that optimistic lock will get converted into the X lock. That means exclusive but not cumulative lock. And hence, if Srikanth will be there in the change mode though, but he will not be able to edit and save over there. Might be he may be able to do the edit, but he will not be able to click on the he will not be able to save by clicking on the save button. Okay, because others has done the changes and he has clicked already on the save button. That means others is editing at this point of time, and another person should not be able to change the same object at same point of time, right? So the optimistic lock just allow you to go into the change mode, but you will not be able to means, but the two person will not able to do the changes and save at the same time. So just I'm going to summarize it now. This lock mode, by this two user or program can go into the change mode, but any one of but as soon as any one of them change some data and click on the save button, then the lock gets converted into the optimistic lock, sorry, into the this lock, exclusive but not cumulative lock, into right lock. Okay, I'm talking about this right lock. This also comes under the right lock only, but maybe better just to avoid the confusion, you can write like exclusive but not cumulative lock, exclusive but not cumulative lock. So like that it will behave. Okay, like that it will be. So either it will set X or maybe it will set this. So any kind of right lock it may set. Okay, this X or E, anything it can be set. So better you can write over here that and click on the save button, then lock gets converted into the right lock. Just write it right lock. This will be better to write over here. So right lock. So when it will go into the right lock, that means other person who is already there in the change mode, now he will not be able to do the changes and save. Maybe he will be able to do the changes, but when he will click on the save button, it will not allow him to save, because already some another person has clicked on the changes save button. So hope it's clear for every one of you. Very important concept. Okay, maybe from interview point of view, this 3 is sufficient. Okay, no need of going for this optimistic lock, but just for your understanding, maybe you can understand this one up, and if you are going to tell this concept, your interviewer will certainly get impressed with you. That is for sure. Okay, that is for sure. So if any one of you suppose don't understand the concept of this optimistic lock, please let me know. Maybe I will try to explain in a different way. If you understood, well and good. Okay, fine. Okay, click on the save button and let's go into the practical now. Okay, but for practical you must have some programming language, programming knowledge. Okay, you must have some programming knowledge. So I will teach you some programming concept now onwards. Okay, and once we will get comfortable in the programming, okay, what I will do, I will again come back to this locking mechanism and I will let you know how you can apply the lock object, how you can apply the locking mechanism in your program and how you can achieve this particular, particular wonderful things which will avoid to get one of the very important property, that is the consistency of the database, right? So that we will see. So from tomorrow onwards we are going to start the report. Okay, we are going to start the report. This also you can understand as a heart of ABAP. Very important, this ABAP. I would request you, all of you, don't miss any of this class from this report. If like as an ABAPer, you must have the proper understanding of this report. This report is also sometimes we tell as a program. Okay, so this is the heart of the ABAP. If you are good in this report, then uh, like that means you are ABAPer. Okay, that means you are ABAPer, and uh, like most of the things is running around. So all these things we are learning in, like all the data dictionary and all whatever we have learned, it's going to help us over here in learning the report or program. Okay, so please don't miss any of this class related with report or program, and we are going to learn the detail, in very detail, all the important concept in the report and program. But one concept is very important, that is the concept known work area and internal table. If you know this concept, in detail, there are there are a lot of things to learn in this work area, and particularly in internal table. If you understand this concept in detail, your 50% or even more than 50% of ABAP learning will be completed. So I'm going to cover this in very more detailed way and in very understanding, very and I will try to uh, make you understand in a such a way that so that it will be very easy to understand. Okay, and your journey towards learning the ABAP will be easy. Okay, so keeping all these things in mind, let's start from tomorrow this report and program. First we'll learn how to declare the data, because the data declaration and the type declaration is going to be very important. These are the basic fundamental, these are the pillars of any programming language, like how you are going to define the type and all, right? So first we learn what are the different ways we can define the types. We will also understand what is this types actually. Then we will understand what are the different way of defining the data, right? So these types and data we are going to understand tomorrow in very detail. Okay, so as of now, just you can understand this types is nothing but a design. Like suppose if I'm going to create one building, right? So before creating a building, what you do over there, you create a template, you create a design, right, in a paper, and after that you will start developing the building on the on the on the land or whatever. You will start creating the building. So first you create the design. So types is nothing but you can compare with design, and data is nothing but your actual building. Okay, this data is nothing but your actual building. This actual building you can utilize to in building. What can be done in building? You can you can live there, right? You can sleep there, you can eat there. So many kind of things can be done in the building. So this data is nothing but to hold the data, like the building is to hold the people. Similarly, this data, whatever the data we are going to declare, this is to hold the data. And there are many things we are going to do with these types and data, you know, that we are going to understand in tomorrow class. So for today, let's stop over here and let's meet tomorrow. If you have any doubt, please feel free and ask. Okay. Any question? If you have.